The Girl Alliance was some weak shit. It started weak. It was pathetic. It wasn't real. Day was no, 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 no. The women versus men. It's just like I'm sorry. I'm so bored of hearing that. That's just so ridiculous.
I love you.
Excuse me.
It's a goat eat goat world.
Sounds good. Nigeria Chambers here from Big Gold Belt Media. Man, the energy is high in this room today. How you three doing? I can't wait to talk about the GOAT. It's such a fun show. But let's start off with the simple question of how's everybody? There's no animosity here. All good vibes, right?
We actually all hate each other.
Yeah, yeah. We're barely holding it together right now.
No, it's all good.
This is the dream team right here.
Yeah.
This is like the best day of my life because I am with really fun, positive gamers here.
Absolutely. And then like, yeah, the show it's a competition show, and I know there's a game aspect, but as I mentioned earlier, it does have some very important life messages to take out of it. So I want to start off with you, Justin. You had a very intense moment with Christian, and you didn't wait but long to have that very deep and important conversation, and somebody who was pro empathy. I was rooting for you the entire show, but even more at that point. Can you talk about taking a moment outside of all the other shenanigans to make sure that you had that conversation to address that and to get past it?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you for recognizing that. It was truly important for me to have that because look, we were thrown into a house with complete strangers, sleeping on twin beds, rolling around in mud, balancing on things. I mean, voting each other out. There was a social aspect that I wasn't prepared for. But for me, I'm one of 7. I have 4 sisters, and I was raised by my grandmother and my mother. So I never wanted to ever disrespect a woman, no matter how much money is on the line. I wanted to stay true to my character and beyond the winning of a show. It just wasn't worth it for me to have that. And I wanted her to know that I see her, I hear her, she is important. And yes, we got sassy with each other, but like siblings in close proximity, we had a moment, but we were able to squash that. I think Kristen is a funny person, a very like upbeat, and she's a good time gal. And, I think we just got in the heat of the moment when voting each other out. And that's what happened. But we're totally past it, and we're celebratory of one another.
I also think she's a good time gal.
I was gonna say, CJ, CJ, I was gonna say you tried to take the high road, so I'll give you that too. You get some props there. One thing I do want to ask you about, CJ, is everybody, majority of what I've seen for the first 4 episodes, they were very pro you. It's a lot of believers of you in there. Jill was one to speak very adamantly about you. Christian at that point spoke very adamantly about you. Ones who said that they felt like you could win this all. Now, things started to get a little dicey there because you had this Girl Alliance, and the Girl Alliance was sort of a tear between loyalty and friendships and just being pro-feminist, and, some even panning it to be men versus women. For you, looking back now, how do you feel about that stance of the Girl Alliance? And did you think it was ever going to be sustainable, regardless of the decisions you made?
The Girl Alliance was some weak shit. It started weak. It was pathetic. It wasn't real. Day was no, 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 no. The women versus men. It's just like I'm sorry. I'm so bored of hearing that. That's just so ridiculous. We have Alyssa Edwards over here, and what are we talking about? You want to who no. What I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, Women's Alliance sucked. Not good at all.
DJ, you are the worst of the worst, okay?
I'll continue to do that.
I'm glad you picked up on it. No, you're not at all. A question I definitely want to ask you all, everybody having and coming from different shows, different backgrounds, and so on. If you had an opportunity to bring somebody from your respective show to be an ally, so yes, we're talking about RuPaul's Drag Race. Listen, FBoy Island, if you could bring somebody, and all 3 of you, the Bachelor franchise, who would you bring and why?
I know who Joe would bring.
Who would I bring?
Your wife.
Yeah.
Your biggest ally.
Yeah, if that's someone I could trust, it's her. The only problem is
that's a target.
It's a target, and then what if I had backstabber. I couldn't do it.
You would vote your life off Joe?
I couldn't, which means
Nah,
We're
he couldn't.
filming this.
He
You
couldn't.
know,
You
film.
better say no.
Y'all have only been married for 7 months. She's gonna watch this. The absolute nerve of you.
no.
She's the one that watched Big Brother and Survivor giving him
Well,
votes. And he was gonna vote. She was gonna get him first.
The problem is we would be a target. Everyone would
Yes.
always, they would go after the married couple.
But what?
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
But I'd still take her
Okay.
because I love having her around. So I would risk it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
Baby,
about
I'm
you two?
taking RuPaul. I'm taking RuPaul.
Damn right you are.
The mother, the goat of them all. I'm taking Miss RuPaul. Everybody say love. When the stuff started getting hot and heavy, everybody say love. And then she would say, now sashay away.
You know, I hate to say this, but on FBoy Island there is a super villain who is Garrett Morosky. He's my least favorite human in the world, but I would absolutely.
Love you.
He's my least favorite, but I would absolutely take him because he could strategize.
There it is. There it is. That would be so interesting, man. I am already looking forward to them to do something else beyond this first season here. So much fun. This is literally one of my favorite shows, and one of my favorite moments is the Untalented Talented show. Now, everybody had
mine,
some
not
very
mine.
good moments here. 80 aerobics. We got some poetry here. We got some Shakespeare going on. For you three, whether you want to elaborate on this one, which was one, or if there was another one of your favorite challenges throughout the season.
I thought you were gonna say who my favorite, by the way, my favorite performance in the Untalented Talented show
That's a good question.
was hands down Reza.
Oh,
I
that's
told him that
My
earlier. I
God,
told him
Reza
that.
gave it
Oh,
everything.
hilarious.
Oh,
I was
And let me tell y'all a little fun fact. When I'm getting in drag, I mean, I'm like rushing, writing this. Jason's helping me. You know, I'm like, here, I'm going to say you right while I do this. Reza's like, I just don't think my limbo's good. And I'm like, just create a character, make it
not
fun.
good.
He said, girl, what if I get in drag? I put the brush down. I said, if you get in drag, Reza, you're going to turn the room upside down. Reza coming out
He
there.
did.
Now, what about the
So
hair?
good.
With the hair?
that was award winning.
I-
It was so good.
Stunning. Stunning.
So when Devon gave it
You
a
know who-
2, what did I think?
You know who didn't deserve to win the talent show? Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say who did deserve to win the talent show, and it was Alyssa.
Oh, thank you, CJ.
Wow, shade.
Oh, thank you.
No, only light and love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, listen, you
Lovely
three.
runner-up.
I mean, when you got somebody playing the way they were playing, you know, there's some discrepancy in the tally in there, but you know,
Right. That was some Steve Harvey scores being thrown out there. I was like, y'all need to chill out with that. This is just a game, honey. Oh my God.
Nonetheless, Joe, Justin, CJ, thank you so much for your time today. I cannot wait for the world to check out the GOAT. One of my favorite shows I watched in a very long time, and it's coming to Prime Video and Amazon Freevee May 9th. Thank you so much for the time today, and have a great one.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your upbeat energy.
Yes.
You too.